notes provide the letters to the words of the musician.
How good is Billy?
Then consider Billy Wallace fluent in the language of jazz.
He creates arrangements right there on the spot, which very few pianists can do.
At 86, he knows each and every note to at least 4,000 songs. Give him a title, he'll play it.
I argue that he's got his own Google built in, his own iPad built in when it comes to music. So if there's anything you'd like to hear, by all means,
Sid Harriet knows.
Let us know.
If he had $1 for every time Billy didn't recognize a request,
Girl from Ipanema.
he'd be the opposite of a rich man.
Do you remember a song called Once in a While? If you can come up with a song that he doesn't know, you win a free trip to Afghanistan. One-way ticket, yes.
And yet, as talented as Billy is, Sid also knows
Where'd these come from?
his partner no longer recognizes the album he recorded not long ago.
And he said to me, I don't remember playing those. I said, yeah, you did a marvelous job, and they were all one take. He says, oh, okay.
To see what's down another road.
One is a psychologist,
And do it all again.
the other a jazz pianist.
And all the joy.
Not exactly a likely Denver duo.
Oh, I think we're an unlikely pair, for crying out loud.
They met 3 years ago in a club. Billy was on piano, Sid was in the crowd.
Sid is a good friend.
The psychologist and Sid diagnosed it not long after.
We have 100 sunny days a year.
300, yeah.
The misplaced facts
No, I think it's 300.
Could be.
and the repeated stories.
Boy, this is a nice day today, isn't it?
Yeah. Denver has 100 sunny days a year.
Is that right?
Dementia impacts 1 out of every 4 Americans over the age of 80.
Nice views. Boy, this is a nice park.
It now also impacts a man who played with some of America's best.
Illinois Jacket, Max Roach.
Charlie Parker, B.B. King. He remembers all of them.
Those are 2 interesting trees.
Yeah.
It's the other stuff he forgets. These days, every gig
And he is not outside.
requires patience.
Hey, Billy, this is Sid. I'm outside. Billy, this is Sid. I'm here to pick you up for the gig.
And at least 3 phone calls.
I'm outside. It's cold. Okay, you'll be right down. Thank you. I'll be waiting for you. One time I had to wait an hour and a half. He just doesn't remember.
Yet Sid knows without a ride, a man with such an amazing past might very well live his final days in undeserved obscurity.
It's the dilemma today with people who age.
Hey!
You know, they are designated for the back burner. That nobody else can. I do. Here he is, 86 years old. He's playing like he's 19. So go figure. Yeah.
Go figure. Those who study the mind like Sid say for some reason music lingers, stays with us long after dementia sets in.
Yeah. We know so little about it.
So little. Billy Wallace, the musician, remembers the notes to every song he's ever played, every one, and yet
And the problem, I think, is that we don't appreciate until we don't have it anymore.
his mind often forgets where they played the night before.
Well, there's about 15 billion cells going on up there, and, you know, it's going to take some time to figure them all out.
As for Sid Harriet, the psychologist, he's all too familiar with this. After all, his own father had dementia as well.
Yeah. You know, you don't appreciate your family members until you no longer have your family members.
For here's to life and all the joy it brings. Here's to life, dreamers and their dreams.
Okay, Billy. See you then.
May all your souls may all that's good get better.
We're going down here.
And sometimes he knows when you're fluent in something,
Here's to you.
all you need in return is someone who speaks the same language.
That's a terrible chord that I just created. I'm sorry.
Chris VANDERVEEN.
I would fire me if I were you.
Yeah.
9 years. He died on a Thursday. Not that anyone outside of these walls noticed. Stephen Ryman, homeless, Vietnam veteran, a man so anonymous, the only photo we could find came off his driver's license.
I've been in office since 2009.
The county coroner, Connie Jacobson, took him in and immediately started asking who.
In Stephen's case, that was a challenge.
Who needed to know? And yet, in the least populated state in the country, where everyone seems to know everyone else, no one seemed to know him. And so Jacobson, the daughter of a World War II veteran,
It's very humbling.
decided to do what she knew she needed to do.
Stephen deserves nothing less.
Word gets around Wyoming faster than the wind that scrapes its land. Still, there was no way to know
Flags are over by the car.
just how far the word
There's Howard.
might spread.
He'll be here in about 10 minutes.
The Patriot Guard said yes early. The fire department committed a truck not long after.
Thank you guys for coming out.
A blessing, really.
We'll be going inside when the service starts.
The goal? Maybe a dozen people or so.
And
Send him off right, Connie thought.
he deserves nothing less than that.
We'll go ahead and get set up here.
And had that been it, it would have been enough.
Yeah, here they come.
But enough wouldn't do. Not now, not here. And so by the time the day rolled around and the procession rolled up,
The community is truly a community. It really is.
a mile's worth of strangers crammed its way into the cemetery's lot.
O death, where is your victory? O death, where is your sting?
Stephen Ryman struggled in life and died at the age of 63.
We know that for many years he led a solitary life.
63 years. A lot to never know his life would one day
Look around.
lead to this.
I want you to look around and see that there is a community of people who love and support and care about you.
A chapel so full, the concept of standing room only extended well outside of the room. Even the nurses who cared for him in his final hours were in there somewhere, filling the inside with outsiders to Ryman's life. Outsiders, save one.
This is so much more than I ever imagined.
Sitting in the front row,
Golly,
Ryman's sister Diane.
so much.
Seems the word of this service eventually made its way to her home in California as well.
She was able to be here, which was a godsend.
This is just amazing, amazing, and I'm so grateful to everybody.
She hadn't heard from him in years, had no idea where he was until now.
A special place in my heart goes to the nurses from the ICU who came to this service to tell me that they were with him when he died. I'm a nurse myself, and it just meant so much to me that they would take the time to do that.
A sailor, a brother, and a man who died on a Thursday in obscurity.
You know, I've always said that just because someone dies doesn't mean I stop taking care of them.
Leave it to a coroner to conclude the value of a life
I'm just overwhelmed.
extends far beyond the moment of death.
It was a good day with Diane.
Let's go, Anthony, come on!
30 seconds! 30 seconds!
You got this, Sugarfoot, come on!
Call it the sum of all blood, sweat, and fears.
Knock him out! Let's go!
These guys are going to set a frenetic pace.
Mixed martial arts, the sport of dings.
Oh, and there it is, big shots. And that's going to be it.
Ouch. In a world of caged bravado, few fighters fear fighting anyone.
Can I do that left thing again?
Yet for more than a year, few fighters have been more feared than this one. Yes, this one.
You can catch your breath if you need to.
And Perez's senior discount at most restaurants kicked in 3 years ago.
I'm 68.
Good.
Or 4 decades older than most MMA fighters.
Pass, finish with strikes.
It's why no one wants to fight her.
Oh, it's been explained to me several times that they don't feel like they have too much to gain if they beat me, and then they don't want to lose. What do you think I brought for you, buddy? I know.
Little to gain, a lot to lose.
I know, huh?
A conundrum the horse enthusiast understands outside of the world of MMA as well.
It's just soothing to be around horses. Hey, Ace, do you want a cookie?
8 years ago,
Okay, will you shake for a cookie?
Perez learned not all fights
A good boy.
are fought the same way.
Yes, you're such a good boy. Breast cancer stage 2. It's like the whole world stops. I think everybody who's been diagnosed could tell you that. Cancer doesn't fit for anybody. It's a terrible thing.
Terrible and life-changing. It would take until last year for her to proclaim
Such a good boy.
victory in a battle another 200,000 American women will join this year alone.
It's taken a long time to get there.
All right, let's work.
A battle far more challenging than this,
Finish it.
even with its critics.
Get the hands up. Oh, good. There we go.
Oh yeah, and people have told my coaches, you know, what are you doing training her?
Good.
Ask her that question,
Come on, heavy.
and she'll give you this answer.
It's been worth it, even if I never fight.
So consider it fitting that 8 years to the day after the initial diagnosis,
Good. Dump that cross. Huh?
her trainer called with word someone else was willing to put her fears aside as well.
Yeah, I did finally get a fight.
Fighting out of this one-round blue corner, please welcome and Perez.
Let's go, Ann.
It's not as if she's totally new to this. 14 years of martial arts training, she says, made this the next logical thing for her to do. But before this day,
Let's do this. I'm going to goose you up, okay?
no 68-year-old had ever done anything like this.
She goes hard. She'll be all right. Win or lose, she's going to be all right. She's beating cancer. She's beating everything, man.
Those who know Ann know the last thing she wanted
Here we go, fight fans.
was a fighter too concerned about age to fight hard. And so for those who don't know Ann,
Ladies, touch gloves and let's fight.
the next 1 minute and 24 seconds might seem a little hard to watch.
Good, press it, press it.
Find your cross.
Good, take her down, take her down.
Push. Devlin, very, very busy Find here. your measure. Start working into And it. Perez going to have to get those hands moving.
We were ready for this. Let's turn in. Let's turn in.
And pull him out here for Devlin, and she's firing away hard. Those shots are really coming down well from the Push, push, push. Get out of that position. Work.
She's
Stop her, stop her, stop her.
Perez
off the bottom. That's going to be it. Congratulations with the ground and pound flurry. Trials MMA goes home with the victory for Laura Detman.
Afterward, Ann's face was full of cuts and disappointment. But in a sport used to cheering on bravado, no one earned more cheers on this night than a 68-year-old rookie. While she explained her loss,
Kind of like a lot of things to celebrate and only one thing to feel bad about.
I just couldn't get an opening to do anything, you know.
strangers explained
Thank you.
their admiration.
You're awesome for getting out there.
Thank you so much.
Most people wish they could do something like this, but they don't have what it takes inside. They don't have the heart. They don't have the guts. You do. You should be super, super proud.
Thank you.
In a sport of dings,
You did great, Aunt Perez.
no amount of blood, sweat, or fear is worth more
Great job.
Thanks, LT.
than 1 ounce
You're so awesome.
of heart.
She really wanted to get in there and have a real fight, have everybody see that she's serious, and that's what she got.
Chris VANDERVEEN,
So yeah, I'm really happy.
9 News.